What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day listening to me. I really hope I can bring you some value with this video. Now, if you haven't watched the first episode in my new series, Building Out Your Fat Loss Diet, please go do that. We found your maintenance calories, and that's crucial. You follow it from step 1 to whatever, how many videos ends up being. We're gonna build out your entire fat loss diet. I haven't seen anyone on YouTube do this, and I don't care if this gets 100 views or whatever. It's gonna help those 100 people a lot. Trust me, like, we're gonna do everything to build out your diet. I'm not leaving anything out. I'm going full detail. So I hope this really does help you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give this a like, and let's get right into finding the amount of calories you need to lose weight, or finding your calorie deficit. So if you watch my channel, you know a calorie deficit is a requirement for weight loss. And today we're gonna be finding out how many calories we need to eat to lose weight. We are finding your calorie deficit calories. Now, in the first video, we found your maintenance calories, so maybe get a piece of paper or something, get your maintenance calories out. I hope you did like a trial and error period, or have a rough estimate of your maintenance calories. Like I said, it's kind of within a range, so within that range would be great if you have a rough idea of that. Now we're gonna be finding how many calories less from your maintenance we are gonna be eating. So the first thing we wanna do is figure out how fast do we wanna lose weight. This is super important. If we lose weight way too quick and we're in a massive calorie deficit, it's probably gonna be unsustainable, okay? This is the reason most diets fail. People cut calories like crazy. They're in these huge deficits. And it's really common with females. They drop calories to like 800 calories, have like one meal a day, 1,000 calories. And I'm not trying to call out girls here. Guys do this as well, but it's really common with girls. They cut calories like crazy and they're absolutely starving. And what do you think happens after their diet? They gain all the weight back, okay? Your body's like primed to be putting on weight after you've deprived yourself forever. And it's just not sustainable. That's not what we want to do. We need a perfect rate of fat loss to make sure we're losing weight at a good rate, but not too quick where we're going to lose muscle and it's going to be unsustainable and we're starving the whole time. Now, from my experience, and these are not magical numbers, but a 300 to 500 calorie deficit, so this means 300 to 500 calories less than your maintenance calorie number, which we calculated in the first video. So if you haven't done that, make sure you do that. Those are good starting points. That's a good number to kind of go off of. If you eat 500 calories less than your maintenance for 7 days straight, that's roughly 1 pound of fat loss a week, or 1 pound of weight loss, per week. And we obviously will optimize for fat loss. That's another video. But that's a good kind of starting point, good estimate to go off of. I usually just go 500 calorie deficit right off the start, and that's what I stick with usually throughout my whole cut. So if you want to be a little more conservative, a little slower, you can go with a 300 calorie deficit. That's fine. It's going to be a little slower than a 500 calorie deficit, but that's okay. The slower, kind of the better. That's kind of how I see it. The slower you do it, the more muscle you're probably going to retain, and you're going to be more satiated and not super starving. You won't be starving on a 500 calorie deficit. You'll probably be a little hungrier than if you were, in a 300 calorie deficit, but it's gonna make you lose fat faster. So kind of a balance here. It's up to you. I usually go with a 500 calorie deficit. You have to realize though, it is kind of inevitable you will be slightly hungry. You are giving your body less energy than it needs. So you're gonna be slightly hungry no matter what. That's kind of what happens in a deficit. You're giving your body less energy, but you can do a lot of things to minimize this. And that's another video again, but just know you're not gonna be fully satiated all the time, no matter what, in a deficit. So all I want to do, take your maintenance number, subtract 500. If your maintenance calories was 2,000 calories, take off 500. Your calorie deficit calories, which you're going to be eating to lose weight and lose fat, is roughly 1,500 calories. Okay, that's a really good starting point. A good rule of thumb to go by is if you were more obese and you have a lot of weight to lose, you can maybe be a bit more aggressive. You can maybe go in a 600 to 700 calorie deficit. This is if you're extremely large and you have a lot of fat to lose. And the leaner you are, so the lower body fat you are, the more conservative and slower you want to be, because you're going to be more at risk for muscle loss and probably get a lot hungrier a lot faster. So maybe if you are already super lean and you want to get shredded, maybe start with a 300 calorie deficit. Maybe if you're obese, maybe start with 500, 600, 700 maybe calorie deficit. Kind of do your own judgment there. Of course, these aren't set in stone numbers. Like if you find yourself absolutely starving on a 500 calorie deficit, go on a 300 calorie deficit. Take it easy. You don't have to go 500 if it's not sustainable for you and you find yourself extremely starving. Now, this could be also due to a number of reasons, that your food choices you're making, what you're doing with your diet as a whole. So that could be it, but it could also just be it's too big of a deficit for you to sustain right now. Key thing I'm trying to do for you guys is make sure you're in a sustainable deficit. Most people just go in these crazy deficits. I've already said it, but I just want to emphasize it. Like, do not do this. Don't just cut calories like crazy. You're going to end up losing muscle and you're not going to sustain it. Cool. What happens after you lose weight for 3 weeks or a month? You lose a good amount of weight that you wanted to lose, probably some muscle. What happens after that? You go back to your normal eating. What do you think happens? You gain all the weight back. Sure, people don't have an issue really with getting some weight off because they usually do stupid stuff like that, like cut calories. What they have an issue with is keeping the weight off. They will literally gain the weight back in a week. You cancel out 4 weeks worth of progress in 1 week, going crazy back to their normal eating. So please don't be that person. Do this slowly. Slower the better. You'll notice that all these people that want these quick fixes and stuff, they always resort to these fat loss supplements. They all want these quick, food hacks or best diets. That's all bullshit. There's no best diets. There's no food hacks. There's no best supplements to help you lose fat. It's slow and sustainable. And a lot of people don't want that. And that's why shit fail. Like, people want to be a millionaire tomorrow. It's not going to happen. It takes like a while to get it done. It doesn't take as long to lose fat. But anyway, I'm trying to, give you kind of what it looks like. That's what people do. They want quick fixes. They want hacks. They think it's still out there. They're still searching. They'll watch this video. Some of you will watch this video and still go look for an easier way. There's no easy way. It's gonna take time. It's gonna be slower. You wanna do this slowly, trust me. I hope you have your calorie deficit calories. If you don't, comment down below. I will definitely help you out, and be ready for the next video coming out. I'm gonna post in this series every other day, so it should be out. Today is what, Tuesday, so it should be out Thursday. And I really hope you guys are there. Keep following along, save the paper or write this down somewhere. We're gonna be building everything out. We're gonna go over everything. I'm super excited, and I really hope I gave you some value with this video. If I did, make sure to like. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.